What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Jason with Box Invaders, and today we're unboxing the RetroDuo Portable system from RetroBytes. This system allows you to play your Super Nintendo and Nintendo games, and if you get the accessory, your Sega Genesis games from back in the day, all in one little system. It goes for about $80 without shipping. At least that's what I got it for off of Amazon. And it does come in either red or black. I chose red, but it's a cool little system that allows you to play all your old school games if you have them laying around and you just want to play them portably, or you can actually hook it up to the television and play with the television, which is pretty cool. What we're going to do this time around is we're going to look at all the stuff that's inside the box, and then we'll talk about each individual accessory a little bit later. But right when you open up the box, the first thing we see here is your manual to hook everything up and get you started pretty much right off the bat. And the next little thing here we're going to pull out, and we'll talk about this later on, is the actual system. Now, the system does come in red or black, and it feels really nice in your hand. It has like that Game Gear type feel if you guys had that back in the day. It's not too big, it's not too small in your hands. I don't like the button placement of the A and Y. It seems too far away, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The next little thing we're going to be pulling out here is the controller port that connects into your system and allows you to play with the controllers, and you can either play with one or two players with the controllers on or off. The next thing we're going to be pulling out here is your power wire. It's about a 6-foot power wire that allows you to recharge your system when you're not in use. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like when it's fully charged up to 8 hours of play without having to charge, which is pretty nice. This next little thing here we're pulling out is a little plastic stand that you put on the back of the system so it can stand when you have it hooked up to your television or just want to use it to play with the controllers. This wire here is the AV wire that comes with it. This wire is about 5 feet long, and then we have your two controllers. We'll get into the controllers in just a minute. This last little thing that's in the box is your cartridge that allows you to hook up your Nintendo game so you're able to play with it. So here are the accessories. The first one coming up is a controller port. You can hook this up to the system to either play with one or two of the controllers, and there's a little switch on the top of it that you can turn on one or two players, so you're able to play with that. Now, this controller is one of the nicest controllers that I've played with, since the Super Nintendo. It feels really good in your hands. It's not too small and it's not too big. The buttons feel really good, and it's just a nice looking controller. I like the feel to it, and of course I like the color. But I really do like the controller more than I actually like the controls on the actual system itself. So when I play, I do play with the controller. And now this wire is the AV wire that goes ahead and you take the red, white, and yellow, plug it into your television. You take that little other side and you put it into the system. Now this is the cartridge that your Nintendo's going to go into, or your Nintendo games are going to go into, so you can play your Nintendo games. It does feel a little wobbly when it's in the system, but it's the only way you can really play those games on the system. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the actual system. Right here at the bottom of the system we have the volume knocker, where you can go ahead and lower or higher the volume when you're playing. So that's pretty nice. And on here on the left side of the system we have your power on and off, and you have your power port so you can go ahead and charge your system. I do like the system. I've probably said this multiple times already. I don't like the button placements, but I mean, you really can't complain about too much about it. It does feel pretty good though. On the other side here, on the right side, we have the port where you can connect the controller port so you're able to play with the controller. So you always have that option, which I really do like. Here on the top of the system is where you can connect either your headphones, or you put that AV wire into the system so you're able to play it on your television. And then right here in this little slot is the inside of the actual system where the games go into. So I really do like it. I don't like the D-pad too much either. It gets stuck sometimes when you press in. It feels like it gets stuck sometimes, but that's about all I can say really bad about the system. I've been having a lot of fun with it. So here's the stand, and what we're going to do is go ahead and put the stand on it so you can take a look at how it looks with it. So you just go ahead and flip it to the back, put the stand on, and you can go ahead and stand it up so you can play with the stand, so you can go ahead and play with it sitting on the table. And basically the system works like an old school Super Nintendo. You grab the cartridge, stick it in, and give it a little tap on the top, and it works just like that. And that's with everything hooked up. It's not hooked up to the TV, of course, but that's what it looks like with everything hooked up, and you can go ahead and play. And that's how it looks with your Nintendo cartridge and the cartridge that comes with the system. So this is everything that came inside the package. I do like this product a lot. This has been Jason with Box Invaders. A like is always appreciated. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.